From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday morning. Maybe you've been getting out doing some shopping for Christmas. And you know, I was out yesterday and it doesn't seem like the rain has been causing people to hold back. Traffic was pretty crazy out there midday throughout the day, and looks like we could be looking at more of the same as far as the weather is concerned, at least. We've got showers, maybe even some thunderstorms again here for today. The rain could be quite heavy at times, especially as we go into tonight with the next approaching storm system. And snow levels are still expected to remain fairly high, most likely above 6,000 feet. Look at these storm totals so far since Sunday. This is until about 4 a.m. this morning. Took a look at some of the totals here, and we are approaching 3 inches out at the Redding Airport. We have exceeded 3 inches in Ruth in southern Trinity County. So you can kind of see the bullseye where the rain is here, kind of in the valley and in the surrounding foothills in some of those mountains. Not nearly as much as you head off to the north and east into Modoc County, not to mention into Lassen and even eastern portions of Plumas County. But along the coast, not bad. Certainly could use more, but about a half an inch to over an inch in some spots here. You can see less in Delnor County, but as you head into southern Humboldt County, like for example Redway, look at that, almost 3 inches of rain. Now let's talk about the winds. They were pretty gusty. Now these are the gusts that we've seen since last night. Now really, the winds for the most part with this whole event has been mainly over those ridge tops, right? So Saddleback, for example, 54 miles per hour, Neeland, almost 50, as well as Jarbo Gap. Crescent City did see some pretty strong winds last night at about 47 miles per hour with the Weed Airport in Siskiyou County, 40 miles per hour. And how about the Valley? We did see some pretty gusty winds overnight in Chico and Red Bluff, but really not so bad in the Redding area. So the winds were kind of howling to the south of Redding. Now we still have that wind advisory in effect until about 10 a.m. That actually may be allowed to expire before then, but the winds are expected to subside. Let's take you through the day today, and there you can see this is around the noon hour. We're still seeing the winds a bit on the breezy, borderline windy side at the noon hour, but then as we go into later this evening, those winds still just a tad breezy, but you can see we're on the downward trend with those winds, and really shouldn't be much of a factor here as we take you into your Wednesday. Getting you through the day today, there you can see the showers and maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. And this is something I mentioned yesterday, because the main headline isn't necessarily thunderstorms. You just may hear a rumble or two in some areas here. But bottom line, the main headline is the fact that it's going to be wet. We'll continue with the overcast skies. We'll continue with off and on rain. And we'll continue with the rain continuing to be fairly heavy at times as well, just depending on where you are. Now there you can see this is the storm system that impacted our weather yesterday and of course last night. We've got the next storm system off to our west that will be impacting our weather later on tonight. So as this exits the region, we'll be between storm systems today. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be dry, because there's still a lot of unsettled air behind this main storm system here that we've got to contend with for today. And we still have that nice flow of moisture coming into Northern California, and that will continue to bring us the showers. But this right here is when we start to see some heavier rainfall coming into tonight and even into tomorrow morning as well. Severe weather outlook, again, we do have that chance for thunderstorms in the areas in green, but we could certainly see some out towards the north end of the valley as well. So again, we're talking about kind of more scattered showers, could see some heavy rainfall at times. But notice this, as we do get into the late afternoon and early evening hours, there is a little bit of a break that we could be looking at here before that next storm system I was just pointing out. begins to make its presence known just off the coast. Now, by tonight into tomorrow morning, that low pressure system actually will not move through us, but it will ride down the coast to the south of us. So the flow around that area of low pressure will continue to feed in that rain and that moisture, giving us more showers and maybe even a few isolated thunderstorms. Here's noon on Wednesday. Rain still to Reading southward. We're not seeing as much as you head to the north of that. As the storm continues to shift to the south, our chances for rain diminish through the day on Wednesday from north to south. Then by Thursday morning, should be dry, and I'm expecting dry conditions throughout the day on Thursday as well. Now, looking at your forecast rainfall totals, we may double what we've seen so far since the storm started. I mean, we could see another at least 1 inch of rain, if not more, in some spots here. And you can see it looks like it's a heavier rainfall just to the west of the valley. But still, some decent rain is heading our way. And it's going to make for, once all is said and done, really kind of a good situation. Getting some good rainfall in there. The snow is still fairly high. So again, you have to go into Lassen Park. You have to go into the mountain of Mount Shasta. You have to go into the higher elevations of Trinity County and Siskiyou County before you do start seeing some of that significant snow. Now, if you are traveling, some of the issues we had yesterday was this area right here, Highway 44 around the Bogard Ranger Station and the intersection of Highway 36 to Highway 44 just west of Susanville. And as you see today, we're seeing kind of that rain-snow mix kind of on the highway there. That could create some problems, and that may even linger on into your Wednesday morning as well, as you can still see that. But you'll notice here, even Cedar Pass doesn't look like it's going to be that big of a deal. And the reason being, too, is the fact that we're just not seeing as much precipitation up into Modoc County. But again, I think this is going to be the main area of concern if you are going to be traveling in the higher elevations over the next 24 hours or so. Here's Futurecast. This particular forecast model is now backing off on the potential for rain and snow on Friday. However, the European forecast model is still fairly aggressive with the potential for some rain on Friday. So I'm keeping that chance in there. Snow levels will be lower with this system on Friday if we do indeed get that precipitation. So maybe down to about 5,000 feet. That could mean maybe a mix around Alturas. Better chances for snow around the ski park, obviously, because the ski park is at about 5,500 feet at its lowest elevation at the base. But of course, as you go higher in elevation, looking more in the way of snow, obviously. Now, we do expect dry conditions after that, going through the weekend, this upcoming weekend before Christmas, right? And this is where it gets frustrating, because the thing is, even when we talk about long range, okay, even when we were talking a week out, going into the week of Christmas, there was a lot of blabber, a lot of talk about a wet Christmas and wet week after Christmas. The thing is, this model just yesterday had this storm system right here on Monday. Let's take it to Christmas Day. Okay, here's Christmas Day, Monday. This storm yesterday on this forecast model was just hitting the coast. Look how much farther back it is to the west. And that's really the same situation with the European forecast model, although the European forecast model does now have it just on the coast, right? So there's been a lot of inconsistency. It seems like Christmas moving forward after that. And, you know, wouldn't you know, it's when a lot of us really need to know what's going on because we might be traveling, we may have plans, right? So as we get closer, hopefully later today, is in the next 12 to 24 hours, the forecast models will get a better handle on the Christmas forecast. Because as we go into Monday night, there's Tuesday, right? Now, it's kind of holding that storm system to the back and not even bringing us much in the way of rain on Tuesday. So yeah, it's definitely been a lot of inconsistency, and that puts our confidence in the forecast down a bit. So as it stands right now, I'm keeping a chance for showers in the forecast for Christmas Day and even the day after. But it's one of those stay tuned type of situations. Wave heights, as you can see, about 8 feet. For today, they may increase a little bit here, but overall, nothing major. We're talking about 8 to maybe up to 10 feet here by tomorrow. There's a marine forecast out there. We're looking at those rain showers. By the way, small craft advisory this morning, but that will expire later on this morning. Otherwise, just looking at those rain showers out there today. Showers, thunderstorms, temperatures upper 50s to around 60 in the valley, and of course, cooler in the higher elevations, and even fairly mild temperatures out along the coast. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook. And yes, it's got a lot going on here. Of course, the first day of winter is on Thursday, but it's going to be a little cooler, but it's going to be dry. Now, I do have that chance for showers in there on Friday. Those chances are kind of going back and forth a bit. And I've included a chance on Christmas Day. But keep in mind, that actually may not happen. It may actually be dry. Take a look at your 7-day outlook. Chance for showers, maybe even some thunderstorms here off and on. Heavy rainfall at times. Showers for tomorrow, diminishing from north to south. So I think showers all day for Chico tomorrow, but by midday, afternoon, it starts to dry out for Redding and eventually Red Bluff as well. Thursday, it's dry. A slight chance on Friday, but I wouldn't count on it. I'd say mainly dry on Friday, and then through the weekend. And again, I've got that chance for showers in the forecast for your Christmas Day. Your 7-day outlook for the coast. Heavy rainfall at times today. Chance for a few isolated thunderstorms. We could be looking at those showers again on Friday, drying out for the weekend. Slight chance for showers on Monday.